Hey, it's Ricky Gantz here with G220 Ministries. You know, sometimes when you go out on the streets to evangelize, you never know what you're going to encounter. You never know what you're going to see. And so I want to share this short little clip from an encounter that we had at the Medina Pride event. Now, we were standing out there, and just to kind of set the scene a little bit here, there was a lady who was out there who I do not believe was a Christian, and you'll see by the way that she talks and the things that come out of her mouth, I do not believe that this lady was a Christian. Now, she had heard the gospel from my friends across the street. A couple of my friends had talked to her while they were out there, as well as when she came over to me the first time, I did give her a gospel track and tell her the gospel. But then she came back a little bit later when there was a group of people standing there, which you'll see, and she just starts going in on them because they brought their kids to this Pride event. And I agree that, parents should not be bringing their children to such events like this that are just vile and wicked and sinful places to be, and teaching their children these kind of things. However, she comes up, she says these things, and then this other man gets kind of aggressive and seems like he wants to come and fight her. And so I kind of stepped in there. But then I also let her know that it wasn't helpful the way that she was talking to people. But then also explained to her the fact that we're sinners and we're in our darkness, we're in our sin. And so that's what you're going to see here in this video, just to kind of give you an idea of some of the things you encounter while you're out there on the streets evangelizing. Because again, sometimes you never know what you're going to encounter, what you're going to see. So here's just a glimpse of that at the Medina Pride.
Shut the fuck up, you psycho cunt. Eat my entire ass, you stupid fucking idiot.
You're gonna burn in hell. That's what come at.
You're gonna come at a woman? You're gonna come at a woman? You're gonna come at a woman? You're the one over here trying to be aggressive with a woman.
That's fucking Satan. Excuse my language.
Yeah, I don't think that helps.
It doesn't. But you know what? Someone needs to say it. It doesn't help, but someone needs to be out here. I'm going home.
Well, I mean, the Bible says that we're all born sinners. So we all have a sin nature. The Bible says that we are children of wrath from our very birth. So apart from Christ, they don't have a new nature. You have to have, that's why the Bible says you must be born again. Well, we don't hate anybody either, obviously. We care about where they're going to spend eternity. No. It actually, it's a form of child abuse to teach your children to believe things that are contrary to the laws of nature and the law of God ultimately. Who designed nature? Yeah, Joel.
Questioning those children working the church.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
My son came to me confused about his gender, and I'm like, there's no reason. I'm like, Bradley, it doesn't matter who you love, but you were born a boy.
Yeah. Well, my daughter likes to play pretend sometimes, pretend she's a mermaid, but the reality is, it's like, yeah, you can pretend, but you're not a mermaid. You know, and so when a parent feeds into that delusion, they're not loving their child. Well, as you can see, that's a little bit of an example of some of the things you may encounter on the streets. Sometimes you never know what you're going to come across while you're out there. I thought it was a little crazy. As I was just standing there with a sign, this lady comes up. She's kind of showing she's not a Christian, but she did hear the gospel from my friends. She heard it from me, got a gospel track. And then in this little clip here, we kind of talked about original sin, the nature of man. They're in their darkness and they love their darkness. But I thought it was crazy. This man wanted to physically come over. Like, what are you going to do about it? Like, he was coming at her aggressively, like he wanted to fight a woman. But this is a gay pride event. And so he had some words to say to me when I stood up and said, I wasn't going to let a man come over and try to beat up a woman in front of me. However, this lady needed Jesus just as much as he did. And so let me know what you think. Have you ever experienced, encounters that you'd want to share? Leave those in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your encounters as well. Also, hey, don't be afraid to go out and share the gospel. Sometimes you come across some crazy things, sometimes you don't, but we should never fear what man can do to us or fear what we might experience. We should be willing to go, stand, and speak the truth of the gospel to those in need of Jesus Christ.